Hi and welcome to Vicky's Precious Petals. So today what we're going to be doing is bought this set. It's a 4-piece set at Temu. Cost me $18.07. So this is like a little vase. This is a trinket, will be when it's finished, little trinket thing, or candles, whatever you want it to be, and the tray. And I've also got here the handle for my little watering can because I broke it. So, now I do not have enough ResinCrete or enough of the resin casting powder to make the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the tray, which is this part here, which holds 200 mils. Just put those aside. And the little handle for my watering can. So we're using the resin casting powder. Now on the front it says powder 10, water 3. So powder to water 10 to 3. Okay, so I have made up a little chart here. So the tray holds 200 mils, okay, of water. And I'm guessing that the handle holds 20. So I've gone to 20. And I have found from when I made the watering can and the little boat that you need to double your mils. Okay, so by doubling the mils here makes it 440 grams I need. This is what I worked out last time. So the resin casting powder is 10 and the water is 3. So when that is 13 components that you need, 13 parts. Does that all make sense? So I've taken the 440 grams, divided it by the 13 parts, which is the 10 powder, 3 water, which is 13. That gives me 34 grams. Are you all confused? So what I need to make these two things is 34 grams multiplied by the 10, which is the powder. Powder is 10. So I need 340 grams of powder. So then I've got the 34 grams multiplied by the 3, which is water. Water is 3. So the 34 multiplied by 3 is 102 grams of water. Everybody with me? Probably not. Okay, go and get a cup of coffee and take it all in again. Replay that bit. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, scales. Got a little bowl to put the powder in. Okay, I'm putting the tare on. Back to 0 grams. And I need 340 grams of powder. Just get the other bag. Now I'm reading upside down here so you guys can see it. Oh, come on, drop back that one. Okay, 340 grams. I need 102 grams of water. 103. Come on, seriously? $102. We're there. Okay, beauty. Alright. Now you notice I've got 3 cups out. I'm going to try something to add a bit of colour. So I've got grey, gold and black. I want to add streaks if I can. We'll see what happens. Alright. Need a stir and stick. Now you don't have very much work time with this stuff. So you need to make sure you've got everything ready to rock and roll. You can fast forward through this bit. I just don't want to stop. Now this one, this particular brand, does take a little bit longer to cure or set or whatever you want to call it. The ResinCrete that I have is like a 30-minute thing, but I think this one's 4 hours. I'm not stopping to look at the bag. Okay. So what I want to do is put a little bit in these cups. So, from what I have read, you don't need very much colour. Hence, I've got a little stick. I think somewhere I read 3%. Okay, gold. Doesn't look very gold, but anyway, I'm not sure. This is the grey. I did see somebody else using this and they did have to add a real lot of colour to get the colour to work. And I'm not real worried if it's a bit streaky. Might add a bit more gold there. So the black is grey. Oh, I've got to pour, remind me I've got to pour the handle first before I start mixing colours in. Oh no, there's enough in there for Buddy. Not quite what I wanted. Let me get all these out of the road. I've got it on my fingers. Oh my God. Vicky. For some reason this one looks like it's got oil in it, but they're supposed to be acrylic. Don't know whether I'll use it. I'll just stick to this. Right, where's my little handle? Got to pour it first. Get it out of the road. Got it everywhere. Oh, there was a lump. Get off. And out. Must have been a bit that I didn't. Thought I had it all stirred. Obviously not. Okay. I'll just get this little thing out of the road if I can. Oh no, still not everywhere. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing here. Just made a bit of a mess. I should have just poured it over there. Just needs one more drop. I need to put one more drop in it. Okay, here's my mould. God, I'm making a mess. So, one drop, thank you. So I don't know if these colours are going to float, what they're going to do, how they're going to work. That is another lump that I haven't stirred in properly. Get out. I might have come off the gold because the gold is starting to get quite thick. The gold isn't really gold, like a brownie colour. One drop. You probably couldn't see that because this is in the road. Well, this looks really pretty on here, but I don't know what the other side's going to look like. Let me just tip this in and see if I can do that again. Recreate it. I'd love to know what the other side looks like. I'm still trying to think who I've seen doing this. Don't let me tip this upside down and look at it, because that's what I want to do. Oh, I've got a few lumps on the bottom of there, I can see them. So I'm not going to go down to the bottom. Just wondering if I should run around the edge, make sure there's no bubbles. Right, I'm just going to leave that bit in the bottom. Get rid of these. Tidy up my mess here. And I'll be back. Okay, we're going to make the rest of the project out of the ResinCrete. Alright? Which is 4 base, 1 water. The base is the powder. Okay, so it's 4 lots of powder to 1 lot of water. So here I've got, oh, and I worked out the cost, what it cost me to make this boat. That was in one of my other videos. It cost me $4.92. That's just the material. It doesn't count the sealer that I've put on the outside of time. Just the material. Okay? So, I've moved those out of the road. I think the water in can was $3.74. Okay. So, these add up to 490 mils in water. Which means I need 980 grams. Okay. Tear on. So we need 784 grams of powder, and I hope there's enough in here. Not all going to fit in there. Look. Okay. Let's go and find a different bowl. Because I'm up to 672. And I need 784. That's another 100 grams. And then I've got to put the water in. I'll go and find another bowl. I'll be back. Okay, we're all measured up. So I've got a new jug now from the resin work. 784 grams of powder and 196 grams of water. Now I'll make sure that I get the stuff on the bottom this time. You wouldn't believe it, I had a flat battery in the middle of all of that. Okay, So, here we go. And this is getting quite thick already. Where's the other bit gone? Here. Now I noticed when I was filling these with water that I was having air bubbles in the corners. Oh, you probably can't see what I'm doing there. Move that. I'm trying to work really fast. It's going to be interesting trying to get that out of here, out of this bottle, because it's got a really tight neck on it. Oh, come on, pour. Oh my God. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at you. Oh my God, I'm making a mess now. I can't use that gold, it's gone hard. This is not doing what I wanted it to do. Probably if I didn't have to change batteries in the middle of it all, it would have been so much better. And I'm thinking I can't use this because it's gone really hard. So what I might have to do is let this cure and then add another level to it. I knew this one was a lot faster than the other one. Maybe I should have just tried to do one at a time, I'm thinking. There's going to be a bit of sanding going on this. I'm just pulling the mould off so I can get what I need to get in there. Alrighty, so you can see that I've wrecked the top of that, and I don't think the black went down and through it all, little tiny bits, not much. I'll just stick that over there. So that is solid. Okay, I'm going to clean up and finish making that. Okay, I'm actually out of ResinCrete, so believe this, I'm using the resin casting powder. I think these two products are very similar, only different ratios to mix. And I was watching Steve Cooper, no, not Steve Cooper, Steve McDonald, sorry. And he made some jewellery the other day, which was half ResinCrete and half epoxy resin. And it looked quite nice. What I seen looked quite good. And I'm still trying to remember. I think it was she calls herself Toon Pitch Crafts. Toon Pitch, something like that. I watch her quite a bit. And I'm not sitting in here making things myself. Right. I've got to get a different sort of stirrer for this sort of thing. I just looked in the bottom of that jug I used a minute ago, and I've scratched it with the, not that it matters, it's an old jug. Right, so I did break off all the little bits that were sticking up and tip them out, try to get them off the mould as well, because you'll see some bits in there. Get out. Okay. I'm hoping this works. We'll see. I can't do any squidgy, because this is all solid underneath. We'll have a little bit of sanding to do that, but that's alright. I don't mind sanding little bits. I'll just slightly overfill this. I've got a bubble. I might use a bit of paper and see if I can blot some up. This was a bit of guesswork on how much I needed. Got a little drizzle left. So, we've learned another lesson today. If you're using the ResinCrete, just make one thing at a time and not try to do 4 things. So it just goes off. This one is a lot slower. and it's a lot thinner, so it's a little bit easier to work with actually. But I found the ResinCrete took. I've been doing a little bit of research on it. I'll show you. So, see how this is really nice and shiny? It looks lovely. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It actually looks like ceramics. But this one, this was the powder, the resin casting powder, and it didn't take it up as well. But that could have been me because I was fiddling, seeing if you mix it with water or what you had to do. So I'm thinking this one needs like a primer on it, which I have in my box of tricks. So yeah, hopefully I'll get the handle on this and turn it into a candle. And this is going to be a candle as well. I think if you were using this for flowers or something like that, or a trinket box, you would need to seal the inside as well. I haven't because I'm pouring wax in there, and the same with that one. Okay, that's enough of me gibbing for now. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, demold time. All this dirty board I've got here. Just move that. I've got to sand them. Give me spare time. Okay, today it is 41 degrees Celsius here. I just had a look and that's about 106 Fahrenheit. Oh, I've closed my phone. It's about 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Perspiration just keeps running down my face. This is quite pretty. It feels beautiful. A couple of little tiny bubbles in there. Bit of sanding to do. I'll fix up the back. I don't mind the pattern on the back of it. Yeah, it's a bit different. Anyway, I will get this colouring a bit better as I go along, I'm sure. Okay, this is the lid. Again, I've got a little bit of sanding to do on this because it's having a few issues with it. Oh, that's not too bad. That's quite pretty. Underneath is a bit rough. I'm not sure how I can fix that. I might have to make a new one. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got to... This is... When I was filling these with water, I could see the air bubbles in under here. But I've missed them when I've been pouring this. I might just make a new one, I think. But it looks really pretty on the top. Maybe I can do something with underneath it. I don't know. I'll have a shot. This is the base. Oh, it looks nice inside. Same deal. This is where it was getting hard on me. But I might be able to just sand that. I'll see how it goes. I should be able to just sand it back. So, it looks quite pretty. The colour's not matching real well, but we'll see what happens when I sand it. And this is the little vase. Which is coming off a lot easier than I thought. So that's rather cute. So they kind of go together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a bit of sanding, see what I can do. And we have to seal. So I'll come back and see what we're going to do with it. And I'll just lift these up so you can actually see them. That's the rough side. Inside looks pretty. And this is the only thing that the gold come through on. And it looks more, it's not a shiny gold. I don't know what colour it is, like a mustardy colour, I think. Anyway, we'll give it a, it's quite shiny, it's quite nice. All these bits coming off. I'll be back. I just thought I'd quickly show you this. What I've got here is some 1200 wet and dry. You do not need anything rough on this stuff. So you could probably like even go down thinner. I'll just put this on. I thought I'd just quickly show you. This is just a little bit of soap and water that I put over there. And it just sands really quickly. I could actually probably even run around that. I'm just going to give it a try. Hang on. Alright, I'm just going to see if this works. I don't know if it's just going to make it too rough. This is a deburrer I'm using here. You can buy these anywhere on the internet. And then, like this one was back in its day. This is a Milwaukee one, so it was a bit pricey. But like you can pick them up for like $5 now. Get spare blades with them. So that's come off fairly easy. And see how I'm sanding right on the edge. I'm not doing this. I usually have this over the edge of my table to do this, but I'm just showing you. Right on the edge. Sorry, I go off camera a lot. And like this looks like it's got a few dirty marks on it. They just wipe off. So I'm just going to go around now and do this on all my pieces. And then I'm going to make a decision about what I'm going to do with that lid and the base. I haven't got much product left to make a new one at the moment, but I have ordered out of Harry and Wilma some of theirs to give it a go. I just got this cheap stuff off Team U to start with, because this was all new to me. I know this stuff has been on the market for quite some time, but it's all new to me. It seems to have taken off. Okay, I'll keep doing what I'm doing and clean your mess up, and I'll come back. Okay, alright, done all the sanding. I did find that it really blocks up your sandpaper. I might try a different, like get one that's more for plaster rather than the ones I've been using, which I use on my resin or metal. Okay, what I have here is a binding medium. It helps adhere other paint to it, or you can just use this as like a gloss. So on the bottoms, see how the tops are really, I don't know, you probably can't tell through the camera, but this is really nice and smooth. But the bottom of all of them, where they're not sitting in the mould, is a little bit more porous. So I found this the other day with the little watering can that I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the bottoms I just found that the glosses didn't adhere as well on like the more porous side, let's put it that way. So I'm just putting a little bit in here. I've got no idea how much you need. This is all guesswork. And I don't know if a sponge is going to work or I need to use a brush. So got a sponge. So it's quite thin. It's supposed to be fairly fast drying. Heavens. That's alright, that was just the lid I knocked over. So this is an old turntable that I've got here that I've used for painting whatever I was painting at the time. As you can see, it was green and brown and silver and glitter and whatever else I've had on there. So apparently this dries pretty quick. Well, according to the directions it does. Okay, well, I went on pretty easy with a sponge. Just going to put that aside. Move these over here. And move on to, I might pick the lid up that I've dropped. Maybe I'll cut that here. And do this. So as you can see, it's not super time consuming. I mean, I think you can seal these things with all sorts of waxes and sealers. Just some of these things I want to use for candles. So I'm making sure I'm not using anything that's going to cause an issue with the candle. Okay, I'll just do the rest. And as usual, I'll be back. Okay. Right, I've done all the bottoms. Now I'm glossing the top, and I'm using this. It's a really nice gloss. It's pouring paint varnish, premium, from Mont Marty. I need more. It's acrylic, and it's quite nice. This is what I'm doing. I've just got a small amount in here, and I've just added like the tiniest little bit of water because it's quite thick, this stuff, so it's a bit awkward. I got it lovely and level on the boat, I did, but I don't know what I've done a bit differently. Maybe I had the brush wet or something. Sometimes you're just better off with like little thin coats rather than one big thick coat, which is what I'm trying to do here. I think I need a little bit more. Just do the sides. Not quite as level as it was on my boat. Oh, get back in there. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm working in the dark here. I've got the lights on, but I don't mind if you can hear me chewing all the time. I'm giving up smoking and always chewing on chewing gum lately and lollies and it's hard to see where I'm up to. like I haven't put enough on in this centre bit. I'm trying to look for the streaks, which I can see everywhere. So I don't think I'll keep going over it and over it. That makes it worse. And I might just have to come back and do another coat. Vicky, stop playing with it. Put the lid on it. So some bits are nice where I've put it on thicker, but where I've gone thinner, it's like left it a little bit streaky. So wash this brush up. I'll let that dry, and I'm going to come back to it. Let's put that to the side for a minute. Just so I can see the bottle that I've done. Yeah, it's dry. So it looks quite good. Now what I did with the bottle, I was thinking that, you know, they might put water in here, and I don't know how waterproof this stuff is. I'm thinking not very. So I tipped down the centre the binding medium and just kept turning it around and around and upside down and rolling it like that. And I might give it a hit with something else so it all looks like it's dry, but that's come up not too bad. I can see the streaky marks in it, and that's the base, same deal. I can see the streaky marks. So I might leave it all for a little while and give it another coat, I'm thinking. So I don't know how I got that baked so even. I'll have to go back and watch the video and we'll see what I did. I know I did start out trying to use a sponge. Maybe I finished off with the sponge. I'll go and have a look. Thanks guys. I'll be back later. Alright, I'm back again. I haven't done as good a job this time as I did last time. Just about to change brushes. And it seems to work better if you leave it thick. Now I've just tried to order some more of this, and apparently they don't make it anymore. Well, not in this, not that it looks like this anyway. They could have just had the same thing but changed names. So I have ordered some varnish. Just to see, I mean I've got spray stuff here, but I want to see if I can get this kind of working. Mostly because I want to make some candles in some of this stuff, and the sprays that I have are flammable. So that's not very good. Should have a bit of music on again. I keep saying that and I forget to put it on every time. Kind of thick, this stuff. And I've done some bits and pieces here where I've made it thinner, and it really doesn't seem to work very well. Kind of got to put this one on a little bit thicker, not too thick, and then like let it self level. I'm not going to keep going over that because I make a mess of it. Alrighty, so all the pieces are ready to roll. Just need to put a little bit more gloss on there. So if you like this, thumbs up, and I am going to get to work this out and do it right. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.